to Yesu Christu. Here is a third copy, not saying God, not saying Lord, but saying of Jesus Christ. Πολυμαϊνήν την Εκκλησίαν του Ιησού Χριστού, to shepherd the Church of Jesus Christ. A fourth one, πολυμαϊνήν την Εκκλησίαν Χριστού. He didn't say Jesus, he just said Christu, Christ. Shepherd the Church of Christ. So inaccurate copying and the translation deceive the reader. Now I would say that I am not discussing here if Jesus Christ is God or not. For nobody except the Father knows who is the Son. Matthew 11:27 and Luke 10:22. I am just discussing the translations. And sometimes a comma or dot or a full stop is neglected when copying or translating, which might cause a big problem if we do not know if a certain phrase or sentence is joined to what precedes it or not. Example, of whom, as concerning the flesh, Christ came, who is over all, God blessed forever. وجاء المسيح في الجسد وهو الكائن على كل شيء إلها مباركا. Now we want to know, is this part related to what precedes it, or is it a separate sentence? In Coptic, and so on, Ave Christus I Evolenchitu, Katasarx, and here is a full stop. Fiat ki hygien onni ven, if nuti etes marut shani inie. And in Greek, kata exhon ho Christus, kata to sarkas, ho on epipanton theos evlogitos eis tu eonas. So, in the Coptic version, if nuti is not joined with Christus, and in the Greek both possibilities exist. But some translators to English and Arabic joined it with Christus, which give the meaning that Christ is God, while the Coptic versions do not give this meaning, or they do not join the sentence if nuti et is marut, with the previous sentence, but consider it a separate sentence, and the Greek text is not decisive. And also, if a word has some more than one meaning, the translator is liable to translate a word wrongly, giving a meaning in the translated text other than what the original writer meant in his sentence. You find this even in the Coptic version of the New Testament, which was translated from the Greek New Testament to the Coptic language. For example, the meaning of the word theos. Is it God, Allah, or a God, Ilah, or a deity, Kain Ilahi? In the Gospel of John, we have an archi in hologos, ke hologos in proston theon, ke theos in hologos. John 1:1-2. كانت أرشي ني إفصاجي بي ووه بيصاجي نفتيختين فنوتي ووه ني ونوتي بي بيصاجي. This has been translated in Horner as follows. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and God was the Word. But the Coptic Baharic versions were honest and translated theos as unut, which can mean a deity, not necessarily God. Or the word theos can mean a deity, not necessarily God. This is not what many English and Arabic versions did, or they translated theos in this verse as God, capital G, and Allah in Arabic, which is contradictory with the general meaning of the verse. Or if the word theos meant here God, how can God be with God? In the rest of the verse, which is logos in pros ton theot. But if the meaning is a deity, كائن له صفات إلهية, not God, then he can be with God. Also in the Arabic language, misunderstanding occurs. The word for curious or choice is Rab, which means master. But nowadays it means God. So Allah. So many understand it as God, while what the writer means was master, not God. And the word Theotitus in hoti enauto katoike panto pyromatis Theotitus somatikos. Colossians 2:9. The word Theotitus is the genitive of Theotis, which means divinity, and divinity can mean theological knowledge, not necessarily Godhead. This shows how difficult is honest translation from a language to another. Thank you.
Thanks, dear Professor Ishaq. And you have kept perfectly in time, so we have time for discussion.
Sure.
Thanks for this interesting demonstration how translation matters, and also to draw our attention to the theological implications of different translations. And I guess that there are questions from the audience. Yes, sure.
I have some question about. I'm interested about the.
Can you voice up?
Okay. I'm interested about the word ich.
Yes.
Ich, no, nidemon. So in Sahidic it was nidemon. In Sahidic
Yes.
it was nidemon, I think.
Yes.
Demon.
Yes.
And in Bohairic it came.
One as God, one Reb Shamsi Deisidaimonistros, one translated as God worshippers, the other translated as demon worshippers.
Okay. In the Bohairic or the Sahidic?
We can come back to the what is written. I tell you, Reb Shamsi.
I think it
I tell
probably
you.
it's Sahidic.
It's
The Bohairic,
What
Reb
chapter?
Shamsi demon.
Acts of the Apostle, Acts 17:22.
1720.
I don't have that.
Demon in the Bohairic.
Okay,
In
okay,
the Sahidic, it was God worshippers.
okay. So in another verse,
Yes.
it was Ref Shamshi Ich in Bohairic. In some other verse.
Yes.
Okay. So I would like to ask if the word the noun ich in the Coptic could it have the sense of divinity?
I'm not sure of this. But what we know that it means demon.
Okay. This word is it used in the Egyptian religion? Ich.
I have no answer also for
Okay.
this.
I think it is something like ghost. It is really not a divine being, or not a divinity, not a deity. It is rather a subordinate and nasty kind of spiritual being. Yeah.
Evil
Or spiritual is not an Egyptian category, so but the ghost demon is normally the translation of Ich. As to my memories, yeah.
Akhenaten, for example, so you would say that the Pharaoh Akhenaten is an example of, let's say, it's almost like a hypostasis, I'd say, of the atom. But if you want to take the Ach as a noun, we could do that, or you could take it as, so it's mostly used for the dead, the transformed dead.
Okay.
The gods themselves.
Thanks. Yeah. Do you raise your hand or no?
No.
So more questions? So then we join me again in thanking Professor. And we have now 5 minutes left, and we wait, of course, for that, and to make sure that everybody can change places if she or he wants.
Thank you.